Welcome back. Arsenal in total command at home to Nottingham Forest after 45 minutes. The Gunners lead 2-0, 84% possession. Is that reflective of what we've seen so far?
Yeah, brilliant performance. We had to wait a little bit, obviously, with the delay, half an hour delay, but Arsenal have been absolutely fabulous. All the new signings have played great. Martinelli stole the show for me, but Arsenal look like they're going to be a problem this season.
But John, how much will Steve Cooper and Forest be kicking themselves when they had a pretty good chance after just 11 minutes?
Yeah, they will be. They'll be disappointed because this would have given them a big lift in the game. I think the confidence would have been high, but it's early on in the game. Notts Forest win 2 big headers, and it's the more disappointing thing there for Brennan Johnson is not hitting the target. You can see it's here being physical. Brighton, one header comes back out. They win. Oh, okay, he's not under much pressure there, but this is the big header. Arsenal switching off slightly. Brennan Johnson, really sharp onto it, very alert. But it's a gilt-edged chance. It's a good chance for him. He gets there, and all he has to do is technically hit the target there and lob it over Ramsdale.
I think Ramsdale does really well, actually comes out and just puts him under a little bit of pressure. I think he'll be disappointed, Johnson, because it just bobbled up on him.
Yeah.
It's like at the end, and that's why it went over.
Shin, really, isn't it?
But in that sense, then he's just going to try and hit it down into the ground. But big chance in the game.
But Arsenal stuck to their game plan and they had to be patient for it, a bit like the supporters, until a kick-off finally came our way. But what a move from Gabriel Martinelli down the left to set Eddie Nketiah up.
Absolutely fabulous. That's individual brilliance. John mentioned before about Nketiah being a good finisher, being in the box. But this is all about Gabriel Martinelli. A little drop of the shoulder here, shifts in one way, and then he's on his own. And the thing is, I think he actually means his skill. We'll see it from another angle. It's the Zidane pirouette. Obviously, you see Nketiah in that space. But he back heels it to him. And I think he actually means that pass. I think he's checked his shoulder. You see the back heel there. I think he actually means that to pass that to Eddie Nketiah. I mean, that is just incredible awareness and skill.
Would you agree, John? Was that intentional?
I think he sees him in his eye line as Martinelli's trying to take the ball back in. He turns, he swivels on the ball, and I think he wouldn't back heel it if he never saw Nketiah sort of in his eye line as he's doing a trick there. But again, Nketiah decides very positive, shifts it onto his right foot, smashes it towards the goal, and he gets a little help of a deflection there, which just throws the goalkeeper to one side.
But with Gabriel Jesus currently out, injured of course, that's exactly what Arteta would have wanted to see, right? Nketiah on the score sheet.
Yeah, well, I mentioned before the game, I was quite happy to see Nketiah start. I think he's a really he'll get a bundle of goals if he gets the opportunity to play more games for us.
Key performers, and he's wasted very little time picking up where he left off last season.
Well, again, it's the second phase of a corner. They press the ball. Saliba, does brilliantly. Saka, you can't allow this guy onto his left foot. You've got to make him go onto his weaker right foot. But just the skill that he has to always, he's never in a rush. His balance is perfect. Little drop of the shoulder, touch. And that is a world-class finish from one of my favourite players in the game. He just has so much quality, John.
Owen's absolutely right. I think you cannot, as a defender, allow Saka to go onto his favoured left foot.
As for our early game today, well, having seen Manchester City start their campaign with a convincing win over Burnley, how could Arsenal respond against Nottingham Forest? They came away with a 2-1 win. And let's hear from their manager, Mikel Arteta.
Mikel, congratulations. 3 points to start the season. What did you make of the match overall?
Well, first of all, really happy. It's always difficult to win the first game. It's always very difficult to win in the Premier League, so we should be very happy, especially the way we played. I think we deserve to win the game. We merit more and earlier, but we didn't kill the game. And 2-0 in the Premier League is a really dangerous result. And we had a lack of concentration on the counter after the corner, score a goal, and then it's game on. And they throw a lot of bodies there. We didn't concede anything, but the feeling was, okay, we want the game to end and earn the 3 points.
Did that last 10 minutes perfectly sum up the Premier League?
Absolutely. And you cannot give anything. And today we gave them some hope and we gave them the goal. And when that happens against teams in the Premier League, you cannot do that. And this team is so well organized. They are so competitive. They are so physical when they want to. And they don't need much to score a goal.
Of course, Eddie Nketiah started the scoring early on in the match. How important was that for him and for the team to get an early goal?
Well, that's a clear example of what we're going to need this season. He's a player that was very disappointed because I didn't start him against Manchester City. And what he did was came on in the game, had a huge impact against City, trained like a beast this week, telling me I deserve to play. So I had to play him because he gave me every reason with reaction to play. And when that happens, you come to the pitch and you score and you play the way he's done. So great example.
Has he done enough to start the next game?
We will see. It's 7-8 days to go now against Palace, and they're going to have to earn it.
But what do you think, John? Eddie Nketiah, would he start for Arsenal in the next game after today's performance?
I think so. He scored a good goal today. His movement was good. He was a focal point through the middle. We saw the heat map at half-time, the players' positions. This is a really good goal. This is a goal from a confident striker. He takes it on his right foot, just shifts it onto one side, and he hits the target. Yeah, he gets a little bit of a deflection, but sometimes when you play, you get your opportunity. All you can do is score and try and, keep the ball and help your team, and he's certainly done that today. So I don't know. Would you start him in the next game?
Well, all I know is I'm going to start Martinelli.
I was just going to say.
He was absolutely unplayable, offensively and defensively. But it's interesting that Mikel talks about training, training performance, because he said he trained like a beast, and that's why he played. So obviously you've got to train well, but if you play well and score goals, then you stay in the side. So I'd say if he trains well this week, he'll probably play again.
Lots of positives. We saw the new faces, of course, making their league debuts, including Declan Rice. How do you think he fared?
I thought he did very well. I can't remember him making a mistake in the game. Declan Rice, he's very thorough in his work. He's a consummate professional. I think he'd have come off today thinking that's a great win.
Yeah.
His home debut, the crowd would be delighted with the signing. I think he makes Arsenal stronger, as a team. Alongside Partey, they look really good. A great debut, a great player, and as I said, he will be open to bring Arsenal some success. Yeah. He's already done it. He's already won a cup last week, the Charity Shield, so that's a good start for him. But no, I thought he was very good today.
Great stuff.